Hey guys, I wanted to do this off the cuff and just talk, but I realised there were so many things I wanted to say and I didn't want to miss anything out. So I have written something which I'll read to you, so sorry if it seems like I'm reading, but again, there's a lot I want to say and I want to make sure I say it all. I'm sure most of you are aware Mike lost his battle with MND or ALS and passed away peacefully on the morning of Tuesday the 25th of April. He had all his family around him right till the very end. What's happened since then has been astonishing. There have literally been hundreds of tributes across social media and YouTube, with an overwhelming outpouring of both grief and love from all over the world. Some from those who knew Mike personally, and hundreds of messages from across the world on his YouTube channel and the wider guitar community from people who felt they knew him and considered him a friend. People genuinely loved Mike. And although everyone who knew him has been grieving, it's the love shown towards him that has shined the brightest during this dark time. This has been a real comfort to his family and closest friends. What's been clear in all these personal tributes is that Mike was put on this earth to help people. He helped young people in the performing arts and he guided them by instilling self-belief and confidence. Some of these people have gone on to perform in shows in the West End of London, and a concert put on for Mike in recent months to thank him for all he's done by so many of the performers he worked with was the most beautiful and moving evening. And it was a real testament to this amazing friend, husband, father and son. His CGS channel was established to help people not make the wrong decisions by buying cheap fake guitars from China. I've read all the comments from the last health update we did together, and it's clear that again he guided people with not only his knowledge but his want to help people make the right decisions by educating them in his very honest and open style. There are people from across the world who have thanked Mike for guiding them with their first purchase of a guitar, and his videos have helped them to keep making the right decisions over the subsequent years and to keep playing the guitar. I've known Mike since 1987 and we considered each other as brothers. They say you can't choose your family, but you can choose your friends, and this is true. Although I am happy with the family I was born into. He played in his first band with me when he was 16, I was 17. And the laughs we used to have then and over the years have been a staple of our relationship. Mike could light up a room and had the most infectious smile and a wicked sense of humour. He also swore like a trooper, which was something many of you watching would not, or watching his channel would not have known.
I need help.
How do you feel about that? There were times when we hadn't been in contact, but as soon as we met up again after time apart, it's always been so easy. I do believe musicians you work with, you share a special bond which is undeniable. That's unless you have a mass falling out with them. Since his diagnosis of MND, I've tried to see him as much as I possibly could, and I've also tried my best to help him and his family in any way I could. As his speech started to deteriorate and it got harder to communicate with him, he refused to use the standard type-to-speak solutions that were available because it didn't sound like him. I knew Mike so well and I understand this, so I wanted to find a solution that would get him communicating again. I will never forget his beautiful reaction to hearing his voice again from the AI solution I managed to find for him. It was honestly one of the most best and heartwarming moments of my life. Ready?
Hey guys, Andy has used some AI magic to create my voice. There's a slight American accent, but it doesn't sound bad at all. There should be a purely English sounding voice coming soon, But in the meantime, I think this is quite good. What do you guys think?
Over the last couple of months, it became harder for Mike to see a lot of people, as he really couldn't talk. And he had also lost the ability to eat, which meant he drank protein shakes instead. Unfortunately, he couldn't actually drink them properly, as his swallowing was also affected. This caused him to lose a huge amount of weight, as well as affecting his overall energy levels and his ability to walk without difficulty. He did have the PEG procedure we discussed in the last health update video, and we all hoped this would really help him gaining some more weight and getting his energy back, as food would go directly into his stomach. I saw him at home 8 days before he passed, and it did look like he had turned a corner. In fact, we'd arranged to record the next health update video 4 days later, but by this time he had been taken into hospital as he had a chest infection. On my first visit to the hospital, it was clear that he might not be coming home, and unfortunately the chest infection turned into pneumonia. I was contacted by his wife Sarah on the Saturday to tell me he had been put into a side room to receive end-of-life care. In those last few days, Mike was surrounded by so much love. His family were constantly by his side 24/7, and my wife and I will be forever grateful to Sarah and his parents, who allowed us and other close friends to visit him to say goodbye. My wife was away and due back that evening, so I went on my own on the Saturday afternoon, as I didn't know how much time he had left. Honestly, it was the hardest thing I've ever had to do, but Mike turned it into a beautiful moment that will stay with me forever. I was able to have a few minutes with him on my own, and I got to tell him how much I loved him, what an amazing person and friend he was, and how much I would miss him. I tried my best to hold it together, but I broke completely. I was leaning over him, looking straight at him, and at the point I broke, he lifted both arms up, pulled me into his chest and comforted me by stroking my head. I shouldn't have been surprised, as this was Mike, helping others until the very end. My wife made a separate visit that evening to also say goodbye, and I know this is something she's eternally grateful for. Mike's favourite alcoholic drink was Jack Daniels, but he gave up drinking 2 years ago in a bid to keep his health in the best shape possible. I wanted to let you guys know that on the morning that Mike passed, he asked Sarah for a Jack Daniels. This was purchased and subsequently syringed into his PEG feeding tube at regular intervals. The doctors were also giving him morphine, so I think it's safe to say that Mike was feeling very comfortable at the end. You guys watching this have been such a comfort to Mike and his family since his diagnosis, and before that, when it was clear there was something wrong. This community has been like an extended family, and he and his family have been comforted by all your warm and loving comments over the months. There have been several tribute videos done by the wider guitar community, and I'd like to thank Henning, Steve from Boston, Sean, Johnny, Guitar Hack, John and Eric for their really moving tributes. I'm sure there's others, but they're just the ones I've seen at the moment. I'm wearing this 42 Gear Street t-shirt as I thought it was the right thing to do. He wore it more than any other t-shirt when making his videos, and he had 2 of them. I know Henning will watch this video at some point, and I want him to know that Mike will be buried in his other 42 Gear Street t-shirt. People have asked about the future of Mike's channel, and there have been various suggestions discussed in some of the tribute videos. Honestly, at this point, I don't know. We are going to be doing an auction of some type sometime soon, and this will raise funds for an M&T charity using some of Mike's guitars and other cabs, amps and things that have been donated. This is what he wanted us to do, and we may well leave his channel alone once this is done. Mike lives on in these videos, and thanks to people like Max from the Guitar Max channel, new people are discovering Mike for the first time. I, like many of you, have laughed and cried by watching some of the hours and hours of footage that Mike has created over the years during the last few days. He may be gone, but his memory shines bright, and Mike will never, ever be forgotten. Mike was one of the good guys. I would feel forever privileged in not only knowing him and becoming the best of friends, but for all the memories I have for the amazing times we shared together. I love him and miss him so much. So let's all do what we can to keep his channel alive. Sleep well, bro, and I'll see you on the other side. In the meantime, and as Mike would say, you guys take good care. Hi guys, I'm here with Mike's lovely wife Sarah. Sarah's got a few words to say, but there's one thing a lot of you don't know, that actually Mike was not Mike's real name. He changed his name to Mike for his channel because it was reviewing the cheap Chinese fake guitars, so he was worried about the safety of his family at that point. He doesn't do that now, as you know. So his name's actually Lance. Some of you will know that, but we wanted to let you know. So over to Sarah.
Hi guys, so I'm not as good as Lance at speaking on camera, so I've written something down and I will just read it now. Well, I just want to start by saying thank you from the bottom of our hearts, me and my children, for the outpouring of love and support we've received from Mike, Lance's YouTube community. I've watched tribute videos, read hundreds of comments, and they're a real comfort to me and my family. So my husband, Lance, Mike as you know him, started his YouTube channel when my girls were, well, really young, before Ben, our youngest son, was born. He spent hours in his office preparing, recording, and honestly we didn't mind a bit. It was his happy place. When deliveries arrived in shapes of guitars or amps, I knew straight away he'd be in his studio. In the early days when his studio was in the spare bedroom, I was forever saying to the kids, quiet, don't go upstairs, Daddy's making a video. I wasn't an avid watcher of his channel because guitars aren't really my thing, but he would often run them by me and I'd say, yes, you can say that, and no, you can't say that. Ben made a special appearance in one of his videos, actually a week after he was born. He was a very proud dad. So he also went on to create our children their own YouTube channels, just for fun, mainly singing, and he spent hours on Emily's channel especially, showcasing all their talents. His YouTube family meant everything to him, and he read and liked and commented on every single one of the comments that he got. And I had the pleasure of meeting many of his YouTube friends, and some of these people will stay in our family forever, I'm sure. We loved it when he hosted the British Boutique Guitar Festival, and despite our house being overtaken by YouTubers and equipment, we could see how happy it made him, and we were 100% behind him. I'm so grateful to his friends for wanting to keep his YouTube legacy alive, and it's something the kids and I will be able to show their kids and something we'll treasure forever. My husband was an incredible man, and I'll never be able to thank him enough for the amazing life he's given me and our beautiful children. All I can say that his legacy will live on through them and through the community he's created. Thank you guys. Love you.
Thank you guys.
Hi, I'm Emily, his eldest daughter, and I've got some things to say about my dad, but I've written it all down, so I'm just going to say it. Some of you may remember me from a few singing videos I've done with Dad on his channel, or being the cameraman for his live videos during BBGF. I just wanted to come on here and say a few things to you all, Dad's YouTube family. He truly did consider you all family, Despite not being able to meet the majority of you, the support you have shown since he created his channel speaks volumes. Ever since he created his channel, I've never seen someone so devoted and passionate towards something. Until his symptoms limited his functioning, he never once missed an upload. This showed his dedication to the channel and you all. He used to work all hours into the night, carefully crafting and editing his videos to the standard he portrayed them. Despite sometimes being worn out, everyone's support via his videos sparked his passion more and more, motivating him to keep uploading. Not all of you had the pleasure of meeting my dad on a personal level. However, as one of the people who knows him best, I can tell you that he truly was as nice as he came across on his channel. He had all the attributes people would be honoured to be gifted. He was very unconditionally kind and loving, very intelligent, motivational, hilarious, and all his beauty from within shone through the world through his beautiful smile. A smile no one forgets as it lights up every room he enters. Out of all his incredible traits, the one he has gifted me is strength, and I'm forever grateful as without the strength I've been given, I don't know how I would even begin to live without him present. I feel privileged to have been raised by him for 16 years of my life, as he has made me the person I am today. Without him, I wouldn't have the love for music and singing. He pushed me to put myself out there so I can achieve my dreams by creating a YouTube channel called Ylle Sings, and would always motivate me to post on there, and then would spend hours editing music videos for me, all for love. Not only did he make me the singer I am today, he also gave me the confidence to sing in front of big crowds, as I need to step out of my comfort zone to achieve my goals. Not only did he teach me confidence when singing, he taught me how to be confident when talking to people and how to present myself. But most importantly, he taught me kindness. He was happy with whatever path we chose so long as we were kind. Quoted from the beautiful song that he wrote, Yvan and I, "We spend a short time on this earth, so be kind to all the folks you meet." His kind soul is the reason every person he meets has a deep respect towards him and feels they are changed for the better. I hope to raise my kids with as much love and care as he gave when raising his. Not only was he my dad, he was my best friend. You all saw his gift for playing guitar and knowledge of the guitar community. Yet what most of you didn't see was his gift for teaching. He taught young aspiring actors, singers, dancers and musicians to follow their dream and supported every child equally to achieve their goals. He has not only raised his own children to make a positive difference in the world, but he has raised every single child he has ever taught to be confident, kind, modest, and to follow their passion. The amount of people he has helped in his lifetime of only 51 years is unfathomable. This world was blessed to have the presence of such a remarkable man with the purest heart. His motto was, "You're here for a good time, not a long time," and he certainly achieved that. Lastly, I would like to thank you all for the love and support you have shown Mike and his family over the past year or so, as it's been really a comfort to us to know how much you guys truly cared for him. But I just want to say to my dad, thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me 16 amazing full years of wonderful memories that I will cherish for life. I am so proud to call you my dad. I know you are watching over us and I will make you so proud, I promise. Your legacy will live on through your 3 piggies. You are at peace now, fly high, shine as bright up there as you did down here. I will carry you here within my heart until we meet again. I love you forever and always. Is that nice?
Lovely.
Hello everyone, I'm Lance's son, and Lance was the best person ever. As Dad used to say,
You guys take good care.